Wowie, in this megasode. In yesterday's update, we talked about the bearish divergence forming on Bitcoin's daily chart. However, there have been some numerous updates that we're going to delve into right now that'll show you the immediate short term on this 1 hour chart for Bitcoin. Are we still bearish short term and bullish medium and long term, or has anything changed? And as well, since the last super squirty update, we actually have come all the way here to retest this again, guys. But as you can see so far, we are facing rejection, and we're going to show you exactly what we think is happening right now and take a look at some of these indicators on this chart. And huge, Japanese financial giant SBI to launch CFDs for Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP. As you can see here, I see a lot of Japanese text, and I cannot translate that, except I'm pretty sure it means absolute gainers coming. Whoa, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a super duper squirty webisode. We have a lot to delve into today because there are some very interesting things shaping up on Bitcoin's very short time frame charts, and especially some very interesting divergences shaping up as well that we absolutely cannot wait to absolutely jump into here, guys. So absolutely huge. Now, this is an absolute webisode, guys. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you get updated when we upload. And as well, if you're interested, all comments and subscribers are entered to win these Ledger Nano S's. Just make sure you leave a comment below and make sure you are subscribed as well. Wow, wee wow. So we're going to be jumping into the Bitcoin short-term charts specifically, guys, because I mean, at this point, I think you all understand my outlook for the rest of 2020. Okay, I think it's very bullish. So we're going to dive into what I expect within the next few days, and specifically within the next 24 to 48 hours, okay? But before we do, guys, we actually see there is a slight uptick in the market with Bitcoin up like almost, I think, like 2% today. And even some of my top coins that I have in my portfolio here are actually doing pretty well. You can see here sort of by the top 100 by 24-hour percent change. Okay, we see some very nice gains actually in some of these altcoins, and some of these actually have been pumping for the last few weeks as well. Very cool, very chill. So if we jump into Bitcoin's daily chart, guys, you know I pointed out the bearish regular divergence yesterday, okay, where we had this high and the RSI here, and then we had a corresponding very low RSI but with a higher high. My doggy is sneezing, apologies. And then on the 1 hour chart, we talked about this hidden divergence where we had a price here and then a lower high right here. And on the RSI, we had something where we actually, the corresponding RSI increased, which is what's considered hidden bearish divergence. Now we see two things, okay? So the first thing is we have this like double bottom pattern right here, right? Where they come down to the exact, yeah, they both came down to like exactly 11,137 on this Bitfinex chart. But what you can see here is that the corresponding RSI is much lower than the one that came after it, right? So the RSI went higher, which is actually a bullish exaggerated divergence, right? So where we get two prices that come at the exact, they're parallel with each other, okay? Like a dumbbell or a set of glasses. And after we got that, we actually did get a pump. However, this is very important. So we're gonna be talking about what's going on right now exactly. But also what we see right now is something similar. We see two pretty much parallel price channels here, but you can see that on the RSI, this second one is actually significantly higher than this previous RSI. So this is very important. Depending on what happens in this hourly candle and in the immediate short term, I'm talking like within the next 3 hours. So by the time you're watching this should be pretty helpful. Okay, so basically in the very immediate short term, if price does retrace significantly, okay, just within the next few hourly candles, if this does retrace significantly, what that will look like and what kind of divergence that will actually be as well another hidden bearish divergence. It's not the most clean one, but these for the most part are pretty similar in terms of where their price action is, and if we get some significant pushes over the next few hours down to here, this will make the RSI look very much like a hidden divergence. Okay, guys, and with that being said, on this hourly chart, we are still actually within, let's actually switch it to the 4 hour. We're still actually within this box, right? So we've been kind of trading in this the entire month, even going back to the last few days of July. So we've been finding support very often where we are currently right now. So again, this is basically, this is it. So with these divergences, these are very small moves that like it can predict, and also in very short time frames, right? In the immediate, literally within 3 to 6 hours. I mean, even sooner than that actually. So it's very short-term information. However, breaking these levels is where it actually is kind of just a confirmed breakdown, which is basically if we fall below 11,100, right? So if we fall below 11,100, then I definitely think we're going to confirm that. So we were very bearish yesterday about the next week of price action. And if we break 11,100, I think that's a huge confirmation of that, right? So has anything changed? Not necessarily, guys. People were messaging me being like, well, has my opinion changed because Bitcoin was up like 2%? No, not really. I mean, Bitcoin would have to do something a little more significant. I would very much like to change and get short-term bullish, so I could be short, mid, and long-term bullish. But again, as for right now, I'm short-term bearish, mid and long-term bullish. Now, some other things that would need to happen for me to get short-term bullish, right? For one, we came all the way back here where we had like this double bottom pattern right here. We came all the way back, which is also basically the top. We're at the same exact area as we were, a few days ago back on the 26th. But we're finding resistance right at this line, which again, guys, further validates this line. And if we get 2 rejections off of this, then I just don't see how in the short term we wouldn't get a more substantial pullback, right? If we keep holding right here, and if we break above it, we could become more short-term bullish, and there would be some other things as well, which we would update about. But if we fail right here, if we fail and get pushed below this again, we're coming back here to test this region again, guys. And at this point, I think that would be much more likely that we're just going to fall through that and we're not going to hold it as support, right? We had basically the same exact supports with the candles, the 4-hour candles closing at the same place, and the 4-hour wicks pretty much closing at the same place as well. So if we get another rejection off of here, I think it's just very clear to say that traders in the market want to push this a little bit lower in the short term. So breaking and holding that, then we could remain bullish. But again, we haven't done that. We're facing a rejection right now. We saw a very quick wick the other day, again, as we talked about the Jerome Powell speech. But overall, this is still bearish in the short term. We're still below the 21-day moving average right now, which is actually still about 200, a little over $200 above where we currently are trading. And in the immediate short term, I expect a pullback if we break 11.1 to go down to 10.8 roughly. So if we break 11.1, we would see probably a $300 pullback, I think. And if people are extremely bullish with Bitcoin being up 2%, then I guess people will get extremely bearish if we go down to, or 3%, right? If we break 11.1 and go to 10.8. And guys, on these longer time frames, I mean, basically still the same story as we talked about. We're curving up here, we're curving down. That was on the monthly, and again, that's on the weekly. On the monthly, we actually have a monthly candle close coming up in just a few days, right? We're at the very end of the month. We only have a few days left, and right now it's like a spinning top candle, right? So this monthly candle is basically almost this perfect spinning top. If we got to close at like 11.5, it would be like a perfect spinning top. And this chart is actually a little delayed. It's the BLX, so technically we are actually at about 11.5. So we actually are at like a perfect spinning top right now. But again, this chart doesn't get updated hourly. It gets updated like every day, I believe. And then importantly here as well, this is the entire cryptocurrency market cap, which the entire cryptocurrency market cap, so every single cryptocurrency, 346 billion currently, we're below its 21-day moving average as well. So again, guys, we turn more bullish when we're above the 21-day, and we're turning more bearish short-term when we're below it. Currently, where we're below it, the 50-day is actually about $26 billion less than we currently are, around 320 billion US dollars. And we're still seeing the same thing as we talked about yesterday. So again, I haven't flipped bullish yet because everything on these short terms is still showing kind of bearish. We have below the 21-day for Ethereum. Obviously, XTZ is actually, I think, below its 50-day, let alone its 21-day. Link is also below its 21-day. So a lot of these coins that I like to keep in the back of my mind every single day are still performing very similar to how you would expect when Bitcoin is performing like this. And yeah, ultimately, this is a huge point of resistance as well, guys. The 11.57 currently, which is also the 200-hour moving average. Okay, so on these shorter time frames, this has become pretty important. If we're looking on these shorter time frames, you see it's pretty critical. We've gotten rejected off of it. If we get rejected off it today, it'll be the third time that we've gotten rejected off of it in the past 8 days. So if we get rejected off of this again, it'll be the third time in 8 days. So far, we've only gotten rejected in the past 8 days, every time we come up to it. And if we get rejected here yet again, I think we're going to go down to a 10.8. And also, it'll be exactly like this. We'll probably go down to right about here on the chart at the very least to try and find support for there, which is also exactly where this pattern kind of had its very lowest support as we started this ascending triangle back at the very last few days of July. So that's what I'm watching. Pretty much to sum it up, yes, I'm still short-term bearish, and I said already in the video exactly what would need to happen for me to turn short-term bullish. Absolute gainer time, guys. Huge. And as well, if you're interested in joining T4, where you can follow along with the portfolio, you can follow along and just kind of learn the basics of trading and how to do technical analysis like we just talked about, then you can join T4, where we're still doing 15% off for the next few days. We actually might be ending at the end of the month here. If you use the code MILLIONS at checkout to get 15% off. And as well, if you're interested in trading, make sure to use the sign up links below where we have some of the highest bonuses on YouTube when you deposit the initial Bitcoin to begin trading. And yeah, I just also wanted to cover this. Officially announced the new service will be offered through SBI's foreign exchange focused arm, SBI FX Trade. The platform is now accepting new account registrations immediately. So again, this is just another example of financial investments and opportunities getting involved in crypto. This isn't like groundbreaking, but it is positive news. And the market's been kind of boring the last few days, so it is something I want to talk about. The new trading offering will allow SBI clients to trade crypto CFD contracts against the Japanese yen and the US dollar, enabling a total of 6 new trading pairs. According to the announcement, SBI FX will become the first Forex exchange business in Japan to offer CFD trading for cryptocurrencies. And a CFD is just a derivative form of trading. So huge, guys. Let me know what you think. Overall, again, I'm still extremely bullish. I tweeted somebody was asking me today if I was still bearish because of what happened, and we had a few tweet exchanges, and it ended with me basically saying if I'm not super wealthy by the end of 2021, okay, so if I'm not super wealthy within the next like 16 months, then yeah, I might as well just move back in with my parents. Then yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll move back in with my parents, maybe open a hot dog stand or sell some lemonade or some other weird stuff. And again, if you're new to the channel, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, guys. A lot of people are subscribing, a lot of people have been joining lately, but if you have not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, especially for videos like this where it's very short term, right? It's, you know, maybe only valid for the first few hours, especially if you're interested in like trading it or just getting an idea of where Bitcoin is most likely heading. Yeah, make sure to subscribe, turn on those post notifications. And goo goo gaga, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.